I'm trying to tell you, all money ain't good money. Basketball Wives star British Willaims' salary was revealed in court after she reached a plea deal in her wire fraud case. We covered the story before, and I told you that she was on her way to prison, and this is the update to the story. She's not in prison yet, but she's still on her way though. Welcome back to Hot Topics TV. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. Shout out to Radar Online and MSN.com. Basketball Wives star British Willaims, her salary was revealed in court after she reached a plea deal in her wire fraud case. Now I'm thinking she must have been in prison and already on her way serving her time, but she hasn't. Matter of fact, she ain't even been in jail and lockup or nothing. We'll get into the story. So, her salary has been revealed as part of her federal criminal case. According to court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, as part of the plea deal that was reached this week between British and the prosecutors, her finances were exposed. Now, in the filing, prosecutors said that despite signing what's called an employment contract for a salary of $90,000 per year, British wrote that she was exempt from paying taxes on her W-4 so that no income would be held or withheld from her paychecks. Now, you know, Uncle Sam don't play about his money, right? The government don't play about their money. So if you're not giving them that slice, that cut in taxes, you could go to prison for tax evasion. Now recently, British had reached a plea deal and admitted to committing $150,000 in fraud. She pleaded guilty to 5 counts of misuse of a social security number, 5 counts. 4 counts of bank fraud, 3 counts of making false statements to the IRS, and 3 counts of wire fraud. That's a lot. I'll tell you what, there's a woman right now doing about 10 years in prison for this. And we have seen people go to prison for 24 years for this. It's going to be very interesting to see what time she gets. I don't think she has a criminal record. She's a first-time offender. So they'll probably be lenient on her. Or at least we're hoping. So British Willaims has admitted an unusually large number of frauds that victimize taxpayers, banks, credit card companies, individuals, and programs that were intended to help struggling businesses and employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. Y'all know about those PPP loans, man. Those PPP loans were set up. A lot of people went for the PPP loans and are now fighting for their freedom. That's factual. And you know, the funny thing is, when them PPP loans came about and it was out there for you to get it, it looked so easy. But you know, grandma always said, right? Ain't all that glitters is gold, baby. And I looked at that PPP loan and I said, nah, there's something behind this. Either you're going to have to pay back some big old tax amount, or they coming for you. They are coming for you. I remember one woman tried to get me to do this PPP loan thing. She was like, come on, it's easy. I just told them that I have a company with 10 employees and I don't even have a company. I kid you not. This woman just disappeared and we were conducting business together. And she kept trying to get me to do the PPP loan thing. Get that money, man. Get that money. It's easy money. And I kept saying no. For some reason, I was tempted. But for some reason, I just kept saying no because that money came too easily. And I didn't know where it was coming from. And I know how the government get down. And sure enough, I think they had some prisons they needed to fill. I think they wanted some people to get locked up. and I wasn't about to be one of them. So, Brittish Willaims has admitted an unusually large number of frauds that victimized not only taxpayers, but banks as well, credit card companies as well, plus individuals and programs that were intended to help struggling businesses and employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is what U.S. Attorney Sarah Fleming said this week. These ain't my words. Shorty was out here hustling. She was out here getting to the bag. She was getting to the money. Her salary, though, ain't that big. $90,000 a year. I mean, she's earning decent money. You know, when you see these females and they're like, oh, for me to date a man, he's got to be making more than six figures, or at least six figures, at least $100K per year. They don't even make that much money. And you are a star to many people. You are a celebrity in many people's eyes. You are on television. So they think you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you make about $90,000 a year. So some people will say this is why she went off and did all this fraud stuff to supplement that income, to keep that lifestyle going in front of the cameras, you know, because on $90,000 a year, you can't be jumping out no Rolls Royce Phantom. On $90,000 a year, you can't be jumping out no Ferraris. You can't be jumping out no fancy car. Maybe a Dodge Charger or something. But you can't be jumping out no big old expensive car. Most of these cars cost $90,000 and up. That's your whole year's salary. How you going to eat? How you going to pay the bills? Anyhow, this is the first step towards justice for those victims, is what the prosecutor said. We will also be seeking repayment of all of her ill-gotten gains. I don't know what repayment of all her ill-gotten gains mean. I think they're trying to confiscate some stuff that she has, whether it be a car or a condo or a house or whatever it is. They're trying to confiscate her material possessions so they could liquidate those assets and pay those monies back to these institutions and these individuals that she has defrauded. The known, actual, and intended losses from Willaims' scheme totaled $446,000.82. This is by the paperwork. So $500,000, you're on your way to prison for $500,000. Could put that in a song. On your way to prison for $500,000. For $500,000, you're about to do some time. In the initial indictment, prosecutors accused the reality star of having misused a social security number. Take somebody's social security number, assume their identity, and go buck wild with the shopping. Committed bank and wire fraud, and made false statements to the IRS. Willaims originally pleaded not guilty to all of the charges, but you know, when they hem you up and they got you in a corner, you got to box your way out, and sometimes that means you got to accept a plea deal, or if you brave enough and take it to court with all the evidence they have against you, they're going to beat you like it was slavery days. You might end up with that 24 years. So it's best to just take that plea deal and get it over with. British and prosecutors have been fighting for months now while the case played out. So for those of you who saw our first video on this situation, this is the update. I know you've been thinking, just like I was thinking, she probably in prison doing her time right now. But no, British and prosecutors have been fighting for months while the case played out. As we first reported, the government accused the reality star of traveling without permission. Now, despite that claim, the judge refused to throw her in prison while she was awaiting her trial, or throw her in jail or lockup while she was awaiting her trial. Now, another war erupted when British claimed that the ankle bracelet, because she was put on an ankle monitor, right? That the ankle monitor that she was wearing, she was ordered to wear that. But she told the judge, listen, this is affecting my ability to work and pay my bills and get my salary. She claims to have lost out on a deal that was worth $30,000 to model for Rihanna's company, which is Savage X Fenty, because she could not model with the damn bracelet on her ankle. And guess what? The judge ended up removing the ankle monitor from her bracelet. Willaims will be sentenced on August 23rd. It's set in stone. So a few days from now, she'll go before the judge and she will learn how long she has in prison. If she has time at all. I'm pretty sure she's going to prison. I just don't know how long she's going to be gone for. So we're going to stay close to this story. And I'll let you know when they hit her with what they hit her with. Alright? Leave your comments in the comment section below. And remember, all that glitters ain't gold and all money ain't good money. I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, I'm out. We're on it. Peace.